So I had an interesting experience this morning. I wanted to share with you some things that came to mind as I was driving to my office this morning. I just had this thought to look at Alma chapter 46 because there was a part in there about the Amalekites, about Malachi and his followers suddenly being fearful because they were outnumbered. And I thought, okay, so when I got there, I started doing some scripture study. And I was really just kind of blown away as I'm reading Alma chapter 46. Obviously, we have Captain Moroni. He sees the evil that's happening because of Malachi and his supporters. They want to change the way the government works, and they want to restrict people's freedoms, get rid of people's, their ability to worship freely, and to have power, freedom, their voices heard in the government. And it's a pretty powerful movement, so much so that Captain Moroni builds up, he puts the title of liberty, builds a movement to awaken people to the awfulness of their situation, and people come running together and they stand firm on this. And Malachi and his followers, it says in Alma 46 verses 29 and 30, it says that they, when they saw that how numerous Moroni and his people were, that they were more numerous than they were, and they were fearful. They were doubtful as to the justice of their cause. They were unsure that they were going to be successful, and they weren't sure if they were, if they really had the right idea anymore. And Malachi, not willing to let go of power, he devises a plan. They're going to go get power elsewhere to accomplish this end, which is subverting the Nephites to his control. And that was to escape to the Lamanites, and Captain Moroni tries stopping that, and Malachi gets away. Some of his followers get captured. Either way, they do end up causing a great war. But it's interesting because Malachi says that Moroni knew that he would go and create bloodshed and problems until he obtained his purposes. That's what the end of verse 30 says. And as I was reading this, I thought this was interesting because I don't want this to sound sacrilegious at all. But Captain Moroni, Trump is really kind of like that Captain Moroni figure. Regardless of what you think of his personality, he has awakened people to the cause of freedom. It caused a lot of people to wake up. We were asleep. Think about it. Captain Moroni would not have done what he did. He would not have created a title of liberty and said, "Hey, stand for religion, freedom, your wives, your property, all these things." He wouldn't have had to do that unless the people were kind of not awake to it, not realizing it. So he does that. Well, Trump's really done that to Americans. And say what you will about him, that has legitimately happened. And it caused people to rally to the cause of freedom, to safeguard their liberties. And the Democrats really are like Malachi, the secret combinations sort of individuals. And I kind of ran through a couple scenarios in my mind, because as I was reading this, I was like, oh my gosh, I could see this sort of thing happening in our day. Right? And this is out of the blue because we're in Mormon chapters, not Alma chapters. But it was interesting. This thought came to my mind to read this. And as I did so, I thought, I wonder if in the aftermath, let's say Trump wins this, if those in power who don't want to give it up do flee to a European country or say that they're fearful for their lives, whatever it is, they over-exaggerate. But either way, the scheme here is to get the UN or some other powers that be to intervene, whether they send UN troops or whatever it is to help America out in this great struggle that we're having of bringing in the next president or whatever it is that's going on. A lot of sketchy things could happen, and I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility. Not even near that outer edge. I think it's really close to a very very likely probability that we could see something like that, where once those evil people, those Marxists in power, as you know, in our channel, we're trying to fight those sort of things. Well, once those Marxists in power are seen they're going to lose that power, they will do whatever they can to hold on to it, a lot like Malachi. So I just wonder how things will pan out. I know you've already voted by now, but I just want to share that thought with you. Let's keep our eyes open and see how it goes.